Good evening. A busy night of Premier League action. 5 games plus the 2 played yesterday. Everton, Manchester City was postponed due to COVID, of course. And for the final time in 2020, it's Ian Wright and Micah Richards. Haven't we suffered in this?
Ollie, Manchester United winning a game in Fergie time, it's like the old days, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a point that we brought up early on in this season, that we have to win more points towards the end of games, because the last year and a half that I've been here, we haven't really had that. Now I feel we're mentally and physically more robust to last the games and to believe that we can do it.
This game will teach them a lot, especially the cruelty of the game that requires to the last minute focus and good defensive actions. But I'm really pleased with the attitude, the effort of the boys. Tough schedule, the boys that came in with answers. Let's keep on moving forward.
There's a reason behind that we are not at our best, because we play against a good side. I think maybe towards the end they tired more than we did, and that's, that the extra day we had recovery probably helped us in that respect. So I feel for them, because I feel the team's players deserve more than 48 hours between the kickoff time. So, but delighted with 3 points, of course.
Well, that was very fair. It's actually the latest winner scored at Old Trafford by Manchester United since Michael Owen's goal against Manchester City way back when. Were you planning that one, Mike?
That was my fault again.
It wasn't an own goal, though, at least. That's for sure. United, though, have found, it seems, a winning formula. And how apposite that the Man of the Year, Marcus Rashford, was on the end of it. But they were given a very testing.
Wolves, very, very unlucky, and Wolves fans won't want to hear it. But yes, if they've got that goal scorer and play like this, they probably nick this game or win this game. But United have done what United do. They didn't give up because they've got top quality players. I think Ole's got to get credit for the way he switched Marcus Rashford over to the left hand side, from the left hand side to the right hand side, and when he done that, you could see that this time he was on the left, and the runs what he was making was from in to out. He wasn't really hurting their defence. It was like he was getting the ball in positions where it was very happy, but they were very, very comfortable. When he got into this situation, look at the energy in his running. Running in off of Ait-Nouri, the youngster, and he was getting in this position all the time. You look at Harry Maguire, then bam, he's just timing was a little bit out there, but it's not far, but he's giving them a warning sign that this is going to happen. And so he's making his run, but when you look at what he does here, I think Ait-Nouri's down, but like when you've got Bruno Fernandes to nick the ball like that, he's still got a lot to do. Yeah. But now we're talking about someone in supreme confidence. I know it's his first goal at Old Trafford since July, but gets the luck, gets the deflection of Saiss, who had a brilliant game, and they get the goal. Okay. Yeah, brilliant play from him today. I have to give Ole Gunnar Solskjaer credit for.
Yeah. At the other end of did you want to say something?
No, it was cruel on Wolves, wasn't it?
It was cruel.
But that's how United they've improved so much.
Exactly.
At the other end, David De Gea, who's had topsy-turvy couple of seasons, hasn't he? With his form, he made a couple of terrific saves, didn't he?
Yeah, he was back to his best today. Proper in form, commanding, speaking, and he was just a leader from the back. Look at this reaction save from him. And a lot of people say, well, he doesn't do that much, but it's when he sees it. Yeah. And then this one here, I think him and Saiss was having, playing games or playing catch all game. He was a bit unlucky there, but this one from Ait-Nouri. A lot of keepers will parry that and it goes straight into the striker and he gets a tap in. But Maguire's there. Maguire has done well as well, but De Gea was back to his best today. And it's nice to see, because Henderson's,
he's down his neck.
Wolves are missing their striker.
That's what it is, man.
Wish him a full recovery.
Pretty good, Richard. They defend well, we know that. And what they do is they're very difficult to play against. We've seen that in all the times we've been back in the Premier League. Nuno has them really well organised. But what they have, apart from that, is when they're in transition, they've got terrific pace at the top end of the pitch. A couple of times they threatened late on there. Might have done better. Pedro Neto, particularly twice, might have found a better end product than he did. So there's always that threat against United. United have been okay. They've worked their way. I thought it was a pretty slow start from them. They've worked their way back into the game. It's been pretty even. I think, the last 20 minutes of this match, but much more difficult prospect than Leeds, that's for certain.
Sniff of a chance each?
Yes.
Would you describe
I mean,
them as?
Roman Saiz has been up there a couple of times when they've had set plays. And, you know, with Moutinho and Neves, the quality of footballer they've got on the side, I mean, that one there, I think it's a really good save. I think he's also lucky it's right at him, because his movement was great across the front of Marcus Rashford. And he's unlucky, that could end up the top corner from Saiz, but it goes right at the goalkeeper, and he's got that unique way of doing that with his fists.
Yes.
And I keep thinking one of these days again, it's going to skim off the
It's
top of
happened
them.
once, and he got slaughtered
He
for
did.
it, didn't he? Do you remember?
Yeah, I do.
But 2 tonight that he has got right.
He's got right.
At the other end, save or fortune from the keeper?
A little bit of both here, save and miss. I think the goalkeeper's in the right position, but Bruno Fernandes can't quite get enough purchase on it. When he gets in front of the defender, I think then he can't get a swing at it because the defender's right behind him. And what he does is he just lays a foot on it, as I would say. He just lays his foot on it, and he's right because he's that close. He thinks, if I miss the goalkeeper, I score. And that's the right thing. He hits it straight at him, and Rui Patricio, again, the 2 saves were fortunate. They were both at the goalkeepers, made the save easier.
OK, so there has been football played already tonight. Leeds 5-0 winners at West Brom.
Run past the man with the ball. That has been the main message from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and his coaching staff in this first half. Too often the likes of Marcus Rashford have been static, ball watching really, whilst full-backs and midfield players have had the ball in attacking areas. They've been looking at it rather than running past it, and they've been slightly frustrated. Manchester United haven't really carved out too many opportunities. Wolves, on the other hand, I think are playing the game perfectly, trying to sit back and hit Manchester United on the counter-attack. We saw a couple of chances there in the dying moments of that first half, but it's clear that Neto and Traore, in terms of their pace on the counter, will cause United issues. Just look out as well for a couple of ongoing injury concerns that we were keeping an eye on during that first half. Connor Cody seems to have a problem with his left calf, got a bit of a kick in that chance for Bruno Fernandes. And Fernandes himself, actually, who you can see is desperate to do well in a game against many of his international teammates, just appears to be limping a little bit. I don't think he'll be coming off, but I think from United's point of view, they'll hope for better from him and the rest of the team in that second 45.
Thank you, Matt. beIN Sports' Matt Critchley, pitchside at Old Trafford tonight with his thoughts. Tomorrow, Spurs are at home against Fulham. There is a danger at the moment that game may not get played because of a COVID outbreak at Fulham. No more news.